Ladies and gentlemen, gather around. Let's peel back the layers of this little drama, shall we? The new year, a fresh chapter, a clean slate, a time of hope and resolutions. But for them, oh no, for them, this new year isn't a promise of brighter tomorrows. It's a reckoning. Their days of comfort and ease are drawing to a close. The familiar comforts they've hidden behind, the lies they've lived by, the assumptions they've clung to, all of it is crumbling. The veneer of peace they've clutched so desperately, like a crutch in the middle of a battlefield, will shatter, and they'll struggle. Oh, how they'll struggle. They won't see it coming. The end of their comfort is near, and their eyes will open to the painful truth. It will hit them harder than they ever thought possible. You see, there is a unique power in struggle. Struggle, real struggle, the kind that shapes you, the kind that breaks you only to rebuild you stronger than before, is a force that doesn't care about your comfort. It doesn't give you the time to prepare, and it doesn't ease its grip when you beg for mercy. Struggle doesn't respect your plans. It doesn't care about your ambitions. It doesn't care about your well-crafted illusions. It only cares about one thing: survival. It cares about pushing you to the edge until you have no choice but to confront everything you've been running from. You see, they've been running, haven't they? For far too long. They've run from the consequences of their actions, from the lies they've told, from the deceit they've spun around others, and most importantly, from the reality they've avoided. But now, the time has come. The chase is over. They will stumble and fall in ways they can't imagine. They will lose everything they thought they had. They will watch as the world they carefully built for themselves crumbles to dust. And in that moment, when they are at their lowest, when they feel completely broken and unable to go on, they will reach out. They'll reach out because they will have no other option. The pain, the agony, the sheer weight of their own failure will be too much to bear. They'll be drowning in their own mistakes, suffocating under the guilt, the regret, and the understanding that they've done irreparable harm. That's when they'll reach out. And when they do, when they come crawling back, they won't just apologize. They won't simply say, "I'm sorry." No, they'll apologize because they will know, deep down, that it is the only thing left for them to do. They'll apologize because they will have no other choice. They will be broken beyond repair, humbled by their own arrogance, and they will need your forgiveness to survive. But this won't be the apology of someone seeking redemption. No, this will be the apology of someone who understands, perhaps for the first time in their life, what true humility is. They will have no pride left. Their egos, so carefully constructed, will have been torn apart, shattered by the weight of their own recklessness. They will apologize because they know that nothing they can do will ever fix the damage they've caused. But they need something, anything, to feel like they still have a place in this world. It will not be a sincere apology in the way you might want. It will not be one that asks for forgiveness from the depths of the soul. No, their apology will be a desperate plea for you to acknowledge that they are still human. They'll want you to see that they've fallen, that they've failed, that they've lost everything. And in that desperation, they'll beg for some kind of understanding. And that, my friends, is where the real power lies. You see, when people reach out like this, when they beg for forgiveness after they've shattered everything around them, you have a decision to make. Do you accept their apology? Do you allow them to crawl back into your life, to place themselves back in the position they once held? Do you offer them a lifeline, or do you let them drown in their own mess? They'll want you to forgive them, but what they need more than that is for you to let them suffer. They need to feel the weight of their own mistakes, to feel the consequences of their actions, to understand the depths of the pain they've caused. Only then when they have truly suffered, will they begin to understand what it means to be truly humbled? Because let's face it, their struggle won't end with an apology. Oh no, their struggle will only just begin. Their apology will be the first of many, but it won't be enough. It won't erase the things they've done. It won't take back the hurt they've caused. It won't undo the damage they've left behind. They will apologize again and again, but every time they do, the weight of the consequences will press harder and harder on their shoulders. It will become a reminder to them, a constant reminder of what they've lost, of who they've hurt, of the trust they've broken. And in the end, even their apologies will feel hollow, because nothing they say or do will be enough to fix what has been shattered. And as they continue to struggle, as they continue to try to find a way out of the mess they've created, they will look back. They'll look back at the choices they made, at the paths they took, at the moments when they chose themselves over others. They will see with horrifying clarity how their actions led them here, to this moment of reckoning. And in that moment, when the full weight of their choices crashes down upon them, they will realize that they can never truly undo what they've done. No matter how many times they apologize, no matter how much they beg for forgiveness, they can never take back the hurt they've caused. They'll realize too late that some things can never be fixed. Some things can never be undone. The damage they've done will be irreversible. And in that realization, in that crushing weight of their own failure, they will feel something. They will feel something deep inside them, something they've never felt before. It will be the sting of regret, of knowing they've lost something they can never get back. It will be the taste of defeat, of understanding that no amount of apologizing can ever fix the hurt they've caused. And that, my friends, is the true struggle. That is the true reckoning. The struggle they will face will not just be in the external world. It will be inside them. It will be in their hearts, their minds, their souls. They will have to live with the knowledge that they've failed, that they've lost, and that they are no longer the people they once were. In the end, they will struggle so much, so profoundly, that they will reach out, not because they want forgiveness, but because they need it. They will need it to survive, to feel like they can still go on. But the truth is, forgiveness won't be enough. Nothing will be enough. Their struggle will be one of their own making, and no one will be able to save them from it. They'll struggle, and they'll fight, and they'll beg. But in the end, they will have to face the truth they've spent so long avoiding. And it will be a truth that breaks them, a truth that shatters their illusion of control and leaves them standing alone in the ruins of their own making. And so, as you watch them struggle, as you witness their descent, remember this: they are not the people they once were. They are not the ones who walked into the new year with hope and ambition. No, they are the broken remnants of the people they used to be, lost in the ashes of their own mistakes. And when they reach out to you, when they apologize and beg for your mercy, remember this: they are no longer the ones in control. They are the ones who are broken, and they'll struggle so much, they'll feel the need to reach out and apologize. But by then, it will be too late. The struggle will have already consumed them, and there will be nothing left for them but the bitter taste of their own regret. They will walk through this world with that taste lingering in their mouths, gnawing at them, reminding them at every turn of what they once had and lost. It will be a taste that doesn't fade, one that clings to their soul, seeping into every corner of their being, reminding them constantly of the price they've paid for their decisions. And no matter how much they try to move forward, no matter how many new people they meet, how many new opportunities they chase, that bitter taste will never leave them. It will always be there, just beneath the surface, ready to remind them of their failures. For regret is a powerful force. It doesn't care about time. It doesn't care about excuses. It doesn't care about all the things they tell themselves to justify their actions. It simply exists, like an anchor, dragging them deeper and deeper into the abyss of their own conscience. And it doesn't matter how many apologies they offer, how many times they tell you they're sorry. No apology will ever be enough to erase the stain of what they've done. No words, no matter how carefully crafted, can undo the damage that has been done. Regret doesn't fade with time. It grows. It festers. It becomes something more insidious. And the longer they try to run from it, the worse it gets. They may believe for a time that they can bury it, that they can mask it with new successes or distractions, but deep down, they'll always know the truth. They will know that no matter what they accomplish, no matter how high they rise, they will never outrun their regret. The only thing that will remain is the relentless reminder of their failure. They'll look at the mirror and see it staring back at them. Every wrinkle, every line, every gray hair will remind them of the time they wasted, of the people they hurt, of the things they should have done, but didn't. The weight of their own choices will become unbearable. And no matter how much they try to convince themselves that it's all in the past, the reality will hit them harder with each passing day. Regret will be there when they wake up, when they go to bed, when they lie in the silence of the night, waiting for sleep to take them into temporary escape. It will always be there, and it will be the one constant in their life, the one thing that never lets them forget. But here's the thing. They deserve it. They deserve to feel that pain. They deserve to feel the weight of their own mistakes, because it is only through that suffering that they will truly learn the value of what they had. It is only through that suffering that they will come to understand the true cost of their actions. When they see the wreckage they've left behind, when they see the trust they've shattered, the relationships they've destroyed, the opportunities they've thrown away, all of it will crash down on them, one piece at a time. And in that slow, torturous realization, they will understand something profound. They will understand that their actions have consequences, that the things they took for granted, the things they assumed would always be there, are not guaranteed. And when they come to that realization, when the weight of it hits them with full force, they will understand that nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever be the same again. They will search for a way to fix it. They will look for a magic solution, a way to undo the past, to take back their mistakes. They will wish, more than anything, that they could just go back in time and make different choices. They will beg for a second chance, for an opportunity to do it all over again, to make things right. But the reality is, they can never go back. There is no rewind button in life. There is no way to undo the damage they've caused. No matter how many apologies they offer, no matter how many times they beg for forgiveness, they cannot change what they have already done. They will be forced to live with the consequences of their actions, and the longer they try to escape that truth, the harder it will be for them to breathe. And what's worse, they will come to realize that the people they've hurt will never see them the same way again. There will be a shift in the way people look at them, a shift that cannot be undone. The trust they once had, the respect they once earned, will slip away like sand through their fingers. It will be replaced by suspicion, by doubt, by the understanding that they are not who they once appeared to be. And that, my friends, is a blow that many cannot recover from. Because once you lose trust, once you lose the respect of those around you, it's nearly impossible to regain it. The damage is done. And in their struggle to rebuild what they've lost, they will find that they are always a step behind. They will always be chasing something that they can never truly catch. And here's where the cruel irony comes in. They'll apologize, they'll beg for forgiveness, and they will be met with indifference. They will stand before you, broken and defeated, offering every ounce of humility they have left, and you will see it for what it truly is. A desperate attempt to reclaim something that is no longer theirs. You see, they will have no real power anymore. They will be at your mercy, and how you respond will be their final lesson. They will wait for you to forgive them, to offer them a lifeline, but deep down, they will know that you owe them nothing. They will know that their redemption is not in your hands. It is not your responsibility to save them. They will understand, too late, that forgiveness is not a right. It is a gift, and whether or not they receive it will depend entirely on how they have treated those around them. In their struggle, in their pursuit of redemption, they will be forced to look inward. They will have to come to terms with the fact that they are the architects of their own misery. No one else is to blame for their fall from grace. No one else is responsible for the mess they've created. It is all on them. They will have to reckon with the fact that their choices, their actions, have led them to this point. They will have to face the ugly truth that they have hurt people, betrayed people, and destroyed the very things they held dear. And as they do, they will realize that there is no way to escape that truth. There's no way to bury it or pretend it doesn't exist. The past will always be there, haunting them, following them, reminding them of the person they used to be. But it will be too late. The world will have moved on. People will have moved on, and they will be left standing in the ruins of their own making, wondering how it all went wrong. They will be left with nothing but their regret, their shame, and the undeniable truth that they can never go back to the way things were. They will struggle to rebuild, to piece together the fragments of their shattered life, but they will never be the same. And the longer they struggle, the more they will come to realize that some things are beyond repair. Some things can never be fixed. And so they will continue to struggle, continue to apologize, continue to beg for forgiveness. But they will know deep down that it's too late. The damage has been done. The price has been paid. And they will carry the weight of their own regret for the rest of their lives. There will be no redemption for them, no second chances, no going back. Only the bitter taste of their own failure lingering on their tongues, a constant reminder of everything they've lost. The struggle will continue, but there will be nothing left for them but the cold, unforgiving truth that they are and always will be the sum of their choices. And in the end, that is all that remains. The sum of their choices, the evidence of their decisions, the unshakable weight of their past actions. As they move forward, they will find themselves trapped in the very thing they tried so desperately to escape, their own reality. There is no escaping it. No matter how hard they try, they cannot outrun the consequences of what they've done. They will be haunted by the knowledge that they have become their own worst enemy. The choices they made, the paths they took, the lies they told, these are the things that define them now. The mask they once wore so proudly will slip, and they will be left to face the raw, unfiltered truth of who they really are. The world they once navigated with ease, the one where they held power and control, will now seem like a distant memory. Their status, their influence, their comfort, all of it will crumble, piece by piece, until there's nothing left but the broken remnants of a life they thought they could hold together. The friendships they once cherished will feel strained. The relationships they took for granted will feel distant, and the security they once relied upon will feel like a fragile illusion, shattering with every step they take. They will walk through this world as strangers to themselves, unsure of who they were, and even less certain of who they have become. And the hardest truth they will face? No one else will care about their struggle the way they wish they would. No one will be there to catch them when they fall. No one will offer them the same compassion and understanding they once freely gave to others. The empathy they took for granted, the loyalty they assumed would always be there, will vanish when they need it most. People will move on. They will learn to protect themselves, to shield their hearts from the betrayal and the hurt caused by someone who once held their trust. And in this cold, unforgiving world where they are left to navigate alone, the only thing that will remain is the echo of their own actions. Every misstep, every selfish choice, every act of betrayal will ripple through their life like a stone thrown into a still pond. They won't be able to silence the ripple, won't be able to erase the traces of their past. And let's be honest, there will be no easy road for them to walk. They might convince themselves that redemption is possible, that if they try hard enough, they can somehow reverse the damage. But deep down, they will know the truth. Redemption is not something that can be earned with a simple apology or a few good deeds. Redemption is the result of a soul that has been broken and rebuilt, a person who has sacrificed everything to make things right, and even then, there are no guarantees. Redemption is not a prize handed out freely. It is not something they can claim simply because they've asked for it. It is not something they can barter for. They may try. Oh, they will try. But when the mirror reflects their broken image, when the people they've hurt look away, when the pain of their choices sits heavy on their chest, they will understand just how difficult the road ahead truly is. Redemption is a journey that requires more than just good intentions. It requires change, real change, and that change is not something that can be faked or manufactured. The truth is, they will have to learn to live with their mistakes. They will have to face them every single day, and there will be no easy way out. Every day will be a battle, not with the world around them, but with the person they see in the mirror. They will look at themselves and ask how they could have been so blind, so careless, so arrogant. They will see the damage they've done not just to others, but to themselves. The guilt will eat away at them, gnawing at their mind, poisoning their thoughts. There will be no relief from it. It will follow them, even when they try to escape it. And as they try to pick up the pieces of their life, they will find that the pieces no longer fit together. The life they once knew is gone, and in its place is a fractured existence that can never be the same again. And perhaps the greatest pain of all will come from the realization that they can never truly undo the harm they've caused. They can apologize 1,000 times, but it won't change the fact that the trust has been broken. They can try to make amends, but no amount of effort will ever bring back what was lost. They will live with the knowledge that the damage is permanent, that they will never be able to repair the relationships they once cherished. There will be no going back to the way things were. They will have to accept that the people they once loved, the people they once trusted, are now gone, either physically or emotionally, and they will be left to carry the weight of that loss. And in this space, where the people who mattered most to them are now distant figures, they will be forced to confront the full extent of their choices. And as they sit with this truth, as they struggle to accept it, they will feel the sting of regret deep within their bones. It will be a constant ache, one that never fully heals. The regret will become a part of them, embedded in their soul like a scar that never fades. No matter how hard they try to move on, no matter how many new beginnings they chase, they will always carry that scar with them. It will be a mark of who they used to be and what they have become. And no matter how many masks they wear, how many lies they tell themselves, they will never escape the truth that lies beneath it all. They are the architects of their own destruction. So, what will they do? Will they continue to struggle, to fight against the inevitable? Or will they finally accept the reality that has been staring them in the face all along? They may try to rebuild, to start over, to find a way to escape the mess they've created. But no matter how many new paths they take, no matter how many new faces they meet, They will always be haunted by their past. It will be a shadow that follows them, a reminder of what they once were and what they've lost. And in the end, they will have to come to terms with the fact that they can never undo what they've done. They can never go back. They can only move forward, carrying the weight of their past with them. And in that burden, in that endless struggle, they will find a new kind of strength, not one born from hope, but from the raw, unyielding power of their own pain. The struggle will shape them, yes, but it will never erase the truth of what they've lost. They will have to learn to live with that truth, to face it every single day, knowing that they can never go back to the life they once had. They will have to rebuild, but the foundation will be broken, and the cracks will never fully heal. And through it all, one thing will remain: the bitter taste of regret, lingering in their mouths, reminding them of everything they've lost, everything they could have been, and everything they will never be again. It is the price they pay for their choices, the cost of their actions, and no matter how hard they try to run from it, no matter how many new opportunities they chase, that taste will always be there. And when they reach the end of their struggle, when they have fought their battles and faced their demons, they will understand the ultimate truth. The sum of their choices is all that remains and that will define them forever. In the end, no amount of regret or apology can undo what has been done. The choices they made, the path they took, and the people they hurt, these are the things that define them now. The weight of their past will follow them, shaping their future, leaving them to face the unrelenting truth that nothing can ever truly be the same. The bitter taste of their mistakes will remain, a constant reminder of everything they lost and everything they can never get back. And in that final reckoning, they will understand that the sum of their choices is all that remains, and that will be their legacy.